Mic check, mic check. Sheesh. Okay, we live in this bitch. We're rocking today. Let's see what's a good. Should we go blue? Blue looks nice. I always like rocking blue, man. Don't know what's wrong with my tongue. It feels weird. Why is it freezing? Interesting. Load in B as the frame's dropping. FPS, GPU 28, 40, up and down all over the place. Not sure why this is. Man, have I got a show today. It's not going to be a long one. You know what I'm saying? But there's some stuff happening, man, that we need to talk about, right? Why is it? Give me 1080p, bro. Like what? Maybe we're gonna have to just maybe switch location, bro. Interesting. Why is the internet so slow? Doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Alright, we're waiting for this background to load in. I don't know why. Alright, you know what? Once it loads in, I'll drop it back in. Oh, here we go. What is it running at? Okay. There we go. But it's, oh, here we go. Oh, that's nice. All right, man. So we got some stuff to talk about. My loading screen is just oof. All right. Well, that takes a time to load. Don't know why the internet is so slow. Man, we got some stories today, right? We got some interesting stories, right? First one I want to touch on today. Actually, let's listen to this Jackie Mason little clip here. I thought it was interesting, right? Let's listen to this guy. I thought it's an interesting clip.
I don't see any reason to make somebody else a partner with my money. I had a very rough career. I suffered and struggled all my life. It took me 20 years to become a hit. And then I wasn't such a...
Let's run it back.
I never got married because I don't see any reason to make somebody else a partner with my money. I had a very rough career. I suffered and struggled all my life. It took me 20 years to become a hit. And then I wasn't such a hit. It took me another 2, another 3, another 5. Then you found out what I do for a living. Now you got me back again. Now it took me 20 to make somebody else a partner. It doesn't make no sense. This is the only business in the world where somebody who's contributed absolutely nothing to your life or your money says, how do you do? I'm your partner.
This guy is funny, right?
If God forbid you spend a week with her and it doesn't work out, you owe her money.
Crazy.
How do you owe her money? She contributed nothing to your money. She had a better life with you than she ever had for herself, didn't she? This Yenta usually was living in Brooklyn, someplace in a basement. She couldn't afford gas or electricity. She beats a guy like Johnny Carson, gives her everything in the world for nothing, and at the end of it, you owe her money. I never got married because...
That's interesting, right? I mean, you know... Oh, I ordered the food. It didn't finish the fries. But isn't this clip that women want you? It's for your money. It's for your money, right? And that's it. Just to use you to escape their misery. That's all they use you for. They use you for... They use the male. First they trap you, right? First they trap you. They put on all of this makeup, which I don't know why women wear makeup, right? I have no idea why. I mean, I know, but it's just dumb. It's just the dumbest thing ever, right? They put on this makeup because they know, and it's so funny. Like, women get this attribute from their mothers, which is interesting, right? They judge, right? And the mothers, they raise the girls, the boys, in their own image, in their ways, to be just like themselves, the mothers, right? And because of that, the girls, they grow up judging, right? They grow up judging. They can't help themselves because evil comes through the woman. They can't help themselves. They just judge automatically because they live in their imagination, right? Nothing but hate inside of them, right? And because the women know how to manipulate and control a man, because the boys are just as same as the girls. They're just like their mother. They also judge. They also have the same identity as their mother. The same evil is inside of them, right? So the males, they see a pretty girl, they judge her. Pretty, you know. This is why women wear makeup, to deceive you. To let you think they're good. But the outside is good. The outside is beautiful. You want to call it beautiful? You want to call makeup a deception beautiful? Kudos to you. Because that's deception right there, right? You know, you see her, you go in your mind and this imagination. Because she presents to you a false personality, a showcase personality, right? This prettiness, and you judge the prettiness, and now you're unconscious. Now, because you're unconscious, you're driven by evil, and evil, because you judge, you get this. I mean, you're in your imagination because you judge, and the thoughts give you feelings, right? You get the feelings by judging her, and you think it's a good feeling, but it's hate because you're judging her. And you're getting these feelings because you don't realize that you're unconscious and evil is driving you, right? So now you're with her, and then all of a sudden you need to pay her money. At the end of a divorce, end of a marriage, end of a relationship, common law, whatever you want to call it, right? You're stuck with her, paying her money now. All because you were living in your imagination. So this guy, he's actually on point with what he's saying, man. He's funny with it. But he's so on point, right? You met this woman, never contribute anything in your life, but the beauty draw you in, which is of evil, draw you in, and then bam, got you. She got you. She got you, man.
These kids these days.
Yeah, I thought this was funny too.
These kids these days got diseases I ain't never even fucking heard of. I'm bipolar. That means these kids these days.
That's interesting, right? These kids these days, they're so soft. I got 2 personality. It makes sense. Makes sense because the devil is their personality. They're bipolar, right? Bipolar, you got mental illness, you're depressed. That's evil because you're in your imagination and you're talking to yourself. But really, are you talking to yourself? You're trying to reason with the mind, and the mind is talking to you, and you think it's you. Isn't that crazy? And then you develop this identity saying you have two personality. You have two personality. You're double-minded. You're driven by evil. Right? Lost in thoughts and imagination.
Recognize him? On October 7th, officers rushed to Recognize him? On October 7th, officers rushed to McVean Drive. Recognize him? On October 7th, officers rushed to McVean Drive and Castlemore Road after two rival tow truck groups clashed and shots were fired. One person was hurt, but thankfully not seriously. But gunfire in public? Thankfully, no unintended or innocent bystanders were shot. Fast forward to November 20th. After weeks of investigation, we executed a search warrant in Caledon and arrested 3 men. Manjot Bhatti faces multiple gun charges. Navjot and Amanjot Bhatti were in the same vehicle with a firearm. We're still looking for the guy caught on video firing the gun. Recognize him? Call 21 Division or stay anonymous through Crime Stoppers. Gun violence will not be tolerated in the Peel region and in our communities. Thank you. Recognize him? On October 7th,
I forgot I turned my thing off. Right? Isn't that was a crazy video, right? You got these Indians in Canada. Soon Canada is gonna be a third world country, right? You're not gonna be able to recognize Canada, bro, which is crazy. Which that kind of ties into my clip, right? Because my other clip that's coming up, because you guys don't want to see racist. You don't want to seem racist. You want to have these politically correct views, which doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But because you guys are so caught up with not want to be called racist, you let evil people make you feel bad about yourself, and you judge yourself, not realizing that the people that are calling it racist, and because you don't allow them to do stuff, They're controlling you, and evil is controlling them, and now they have you judging yourself. Now you're just like them. You're evil. White people, why are you evil? Why are you so evil, right? Because you want to showcase personality to these Indians and to these Muslim and to blacks and to Asian and all people, because this is a white country, right? We live in a white country. Why should you feel bad about having a great country? I just don't get it. It's ridiculous. And then you vote in the government. White people are so lost. They vote in this liberal government that are destroying their country. So you soon will not have a first what do you call it? I forgot the word now. You will not have a first world country. You're gonna have a third world country. Which is kind of crazy to me. Just because you don't want to seem racist. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so we got another clip coming up, man. I should have reacted to that one first, but it ties into a couple of racist, so-called racist things that I've got going on here, right? First one, let's check this one out, because this is kind of crazy. This is a school board, I think.
A lesson
right?
I heard about.
This is a school board. Kentucky State Rep Sarah Stalker says kids should feel bad about being white, because she does. I don't feel good about being white every day. Bro, that's kind of crazy. I know who this bitch is, but she should not be on a school board. I don't even know why women are teachers, bro. It's ridiculous.
A lesson I heard about in a fourth grade classroom, learning about Rosa Parks and the kids on the bus. Did they feel bad about being white? Those are ideas and concepts. We shouldn't make anyone feel bad about how they were born. Those are immutable characteristics, and I don't know that we should utilize curriculum in a way to shape children in a direction that could cause division among their peers.
If I could respond, please,
Quickly.
Thank you. I think we're missing an incredible opportunity right now.
Oh, the way she start off, it makes you feel so good, right? She talks so soft and so nice, right? This bitch is evil.
I'm going to be honest. I don't feel good about being white every day.
And whose problem is that? Sounds like a personal problem. It's a personal problem that you want to impose on other people. This bitch is crazy.
For a lot of reasons. Because it's a point of privilege that I get to move through the world in a way that so many of my other colleagues and friends and family members of the community don't get the privilege to do.
What is she talking about? White privilege or pretty privilege, bro? Because your pretty privilege only bring you so far in life. You'll get it when you're young. You'll use it, but if you don't use it correctly when you get old, because you build a company or you build a fashion brand, or you just randomly build something off your looks and you get opportunity off your looks, you better make it work. Right? You better make it work, because when you get older, oh Lord, you're gonna be miserable because you're not gonna get that attention anymore, and you're gonna start hating man, which you hate man from the beginning because you use your beauty and deception to use them, and the man, they're so weak, they get used by a woman because they're in their imagination, they're in their thoughts, they're driven by evil, right? Which controls them, which controls the woman. Right, and then they both fight for control, which is kind of crazy, right? Watch this.
And I'm just a female, but just a woman, just a white
I'm just a female. I'm just a woman, right?
woman. If I was a white man, I would be functioning from a point of even greater privilege.
A lesson I heard
What?
about in a fourth grade class.
This bitch is crazy, bro.
I think we're missing an opportunity when kids have a moment to reflect about how the color of their skin does and does not allow them to move through the world. Running to the
Look at this chick over here. Yes, I feel what you're saying. That's kind of crazy.
them and trying to stifle that and trying to say you shouldn't feel bad, so we don't want to ever expose you to something that is going to make you have to pause and have maybe some internal feelings.
Bro, that's exactly what you're doing.
It's a missed opportunity for some really good dialogue.
That's kind of crazy. This bitch wants to teach children about racism, about diversity. Why you want to perpetuate racist stuff? Why would you want to put that in kids' mind so they judge themselves and feel bad about themselves? Why do you want kids to go around carrying guilt? I mean, listen, man, the world is messed up and the devil knows how to work. The devil knows that women are the weaker vessel. They dwell in them because they run off their emotions and they can't help themselves, right? Because they're made the evil their God, right? Emotions. They thrive off that, and they don't realize that emotions are from evil. It's from the devil, right? It drives you to do things you don't want to do, and then you judge yourself. And then you judge yourself, you end up back in a cycle of guilt and resentment, right? And she wants to impose guilt and resentment onto kids. Man, the world is gonna be, and women are empowered talking about these points, bro, which is ridiculous, right?
It's not about making people feel bad about being white.
That's exactly what you're doing, dummy.
I think it's about acknowledging the historical privilege that white people have always had in this country.
Yeah, because you build a country and it was started by white people, so you have to understand, yeah, white people are gonna have things because they were here from white people because they have things and you want it and you judge them for it. So you're using racism and guilt to control them so they bend to you. Why should you bend to evil? The same evil that hates you wants to be in your position, and they're using these words to manipulate and control you to get in this position. And when they get into this position, they're only going to make the country worse, because guess what? They don't know how to they don't know how to manage so-called power, if you want to call it that, or the way to move and have an abundance. They don't know how to manage it. It's just going to drive them into chaos, right? Because if you notice, a lot of people that have money, actually, they're still living in chaos. They cry at night, right? They cry at night. Maybe not, it's not going to be actual tears, but they cry at night. I can assure you that, right? And you want to keep perpetuating that problem into society? That's ridiculous.
Which I don't know that anybody in this room in good conscience could argue exist and still exist. I think we're missing.
This bitch need to be removed. I would not want my kid. And this is the thing. Parents, they don't love their kids. They don't love their kids at all because they keep sending their kids to these schools, bro. They don't love their kids at all. That's why I get to understand. All right, check this out. Check this video out.
Entertain your mamas in the white man's kitchen, really.
Nigga, you better leave my mom out of this. At least she ain't out there on his doorstep begging. Like most of you ignorant, lazy niggas. Don't make me.
All they do is beg the white people, bro. It's crazy, right?
Pull this fuss over and whip your ass. Are you trying to say that all brothers and sisters that haven't made it are lazy and ignorant?
Yeah, basically.
Have you ever heard of racism and discrimination?
It's the 1990s. Racism is a figment of the black man's imagination.
Ooh. It's all in the imagination, bro. That's crazy.
Brothers, we are moving into the next millennium. The year 2000 is here. Now we got to move into the future. If I'm lying, how you explain a man like Colin Powell? Huh?
Look, brother,
the white man never kept him down.
Colin Powell made it in spite of racism, not because it doesn't exist, you Uncle Tom.
So if he made it regardless of racism, right? Despite racism was there, he made it. Why can't you do the same? What's holding you back? What's holding you back? The white man? Or did he just do what he had to do, right? It's kind of crazy.
Say it again, louder. You hear that, Kyle? Just because we stand up on our own 2 feet and we don't sing slave songs, they want to call us all the time.
At least I have sense enough to know that racism and homophobia still exist, brother.
So I'm Judas, right? I'm the enemy to all the brothers and the sisters, and niggas like OJ, they the hero, right? Niggas are out there singing, in the street, dancing in the street, because that nigga was supposed to be the second coming. How many of you niggas were out there singing and dancing?
People were celebrating because he was a hero, brother.
So you admit he's guilty, right?
No, that's not what the man's saying. The man's saying that white folks have been getting over on black folks for centuries.
Please, niggas, let there be one voice of reason amongst all these niggas on this bus.
Who, Mark Furman?
What about you, old man? Huh? You got an opinion?
Yeah, I got an opinion. Also, I got a question. When you use that word that way, are you talking about you two or just about the rest of us? It seems like that's the only word you know. But you know, if you were to take that word and turn it over, on the other side you would find kings and queens.
Sorry, Pops. If it don't fit, you must have quit.
Why are you even going to the market?
Niggas and cars. Cars and niggas. Niggas need cars like cars need niggas. I gotta make me some money. You think I'm gonna miss out on all that networking? Shit, nigga, you must be crazy. I got a joke for you, nigga. What do you get when you cross 1 million lesbians and the Million Man March?
Okay, what do you get when you cross 1 million lesbians in the Million Man March?
2 million motherfuckers who don't do dick. You niggas something else. Nigga.
Pretend your mamas and
I don't get the last point of that, but he was saying some stuff in there, man. And I have to say, like, racism is a byproduct of your imagination. It's an illusion that controls you, and they use it to control other people, which is interesting.
I know that you're not a supporter of Donald Trump's. He loves your music. How did it feel when he took the lyrics to Rocket Man and he used it as a nickname for Kim Jong-un, and then he gave Kim Jong-un
I laughed. I thought it was brilliant. I just thought, good on you, Donald. I'm the Rocket Man, yeah. Donald's always been a fan of mine, and he's been to my concerts many, many times. So, I mean, I've always been friendly towards him, and I thank him for his support. Yeah, when he did that, I just thought it was hilarious. It made me laugh.
He gave Kim one of your CDs and signed it. That was in one of the books about him, because Kim, I guess, didn't know the song. So,
what's that?
He gave Kim Jong-un the signed CD.
Yes.
You know, which he
well,
never heard of it.
I know, of course he hasn't heard of me, Kim Jong-un. I'd be very surprised if he had. I've never toured North Korea, and I have no intention of doing so. But. I thought it was a light moment, and it was.
I know that you're not a supporter of Donald Trump's. He loves your music.
Listen, some of these clips, I didn't even vet them. I'm just randomly streaming today. But you know what's funny? I saw this guy. This guy is what do you call him? He's a healer of people, right? A healer of people. He tells you nice things to make you. What's the word I'm looking for? Make you feel good about yourself, right? And he's a sales guy, right? And I thought this clip was interesting. This clip I definitely saw, and I'm like, I'm gonna react to it because it's interesting, right? Is this the meditation guy? I think so, right?
I'd rather die under the stress than be bored and have nothing to do. I'd rather die under the stress than be bored and have nothing to do. Feeling that pressure, it makes your eyes pop open, it makes your brain focus, it makes you alert, it makes you want to live, it makes everything seem exciting to you. Because you've got to get things done. I'd rather.
See, I don't get what he's talking about at all. It just makes no sense. What he said made no sense. Literally make no sense.
Rather die under the stress.
You said you'd rather die under the stress. What stress? Okay.
Than be bored and have.
Than be bored and have nothing to do. So he's saying, is he telling me that he's stressing his mind, and that stress, right, motivates him to go do things? Is that what he's saying? Then rather have nothing to do, bored out of his mind?
Have nothing to do. Feeling that pressure, it makes your eyes pop up.
So feeling that pressure of stress of things you need to do that you're consistently thinking about, right? It makes you feel good. It makes you want to get things done. Like, I'm trying to understand what he's saying, right?
But it makes your brain focus. It makes
your brain focus.
Alert.
It makes you alert. I don't know how it makes you alert when you're in your imagination and thoughts.
It makes you want to live. It makes everything.
He says it makes you want to live, which I don't understand. Like, you under stress and pressure, and in your thoughts and imagination about things you want to do, it makes you focus. It makes you want to live. What he's saying is just so dumb. I don't even understand it, actually. It's ridiculous. Because stress, if you realize that when you're stressed, you're in your imagination about things that you need to do. And when you stress about them and think about them and plan how you want to do it, you end up like, oh, it's gonna take me so long. Oh, this is gonna happen. You're creating all of these scenarios in your mind that doesn't even exist or will never happen, right? And it just makes you feel sad. It puts you in depression, and then you may not even end up doing it because it's gonna take so long, because you're judging the situation, what's gonna happen, and all these factors play in your mind that you're trying to avoid. So you're like, you just don't want to do it, and you may not end up getting to it, right? Instead of just seeing what is in front of you to do, and just do it instead of thinking about it. And I'd rather be bored than having stress. I'd rather be bored, honestly, because when you're bored, and there's no such thing as bored or stress, right? When you're bored, you're just judging your situation. And then when you're bored, you're thinking about things you want to do because you don't want to be bored, right? You're trying to not be by yourself. You're trying to escape the hell that is inside of you, that hell that you need to stay silent and observe the hell that is inside of you. You're trying to escape it, right? You're literally trying to escape the boredom, the nothing that you should be doing, so you can be able to see. But because you don't want to, what do you call it? Face that thing. You don't want to face it. You try to give yourself things to do so you're not bored. But also, when you have things to do, you're stressed about it. So it's like a double-edged sword we're looking at here, right? So it's a double-edged sword we're looking at, because stress on one side make you don't want to do anything, and the boredom on one side makes you want to do things. Both on opposite side is from the imagination. It's from the evil that is inside of you that is driving you to do things, because you're only doing things so you escape the boredom. And you don't want to do things because you're stressed, you're in your thoughts, you're in imagination, you're depressed about it. And then you end up not doing anything. Or you still end up doing it because it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel like you have accomplished something. It makes you feel better than other people, right? Which is kind of crazy. I don't know how you can be better than another person, but that's the world. The world has set you up to fail on every different angle, right? The world is controlled by evil, right?
Now, Leicestershire Police has pioneered a brand new...
This is here we go. So apparently this is in the UK, right? This is in the UK.
Now, Leicestershire Police has pioneered a brand new hijab to keep female Muslim officers safe on patrol. They're the first...
Bro, I don't even know why Muslim people wear hijab, bro. It's so stupid, right?
...force in the country to use the blue light hijab, and has been created in partnership with De Montfort University. It's hoped to make a real difference to Muslim women who want to serve their communities. Emily Williamson has the story.
One of the newest recruits at Leicestershire Police, PC Sehan Naz, started her training just 3 weeks ago. She's now wearing a new purpose-made hijab and says she already feels more confident.
I always had that element of worry that I will be strangled when I'm out of duty, on duty.
What? You having a job, so it makes you feel more comfortable, and when you're on duty, you feel like you're gonna get strangled? That doesn't even make sense, bro.
But this new hijab, there's a quick release system where there's magnets under my chin and they can release easily if in case I'm pulled.
Hijabs have been part of the uniform for a number of police forces for several years, but this latest design has been developed to help female Muslim police officers feel safe while maintaining their modesty.
Nothing like this exists to the level of health and safety compliance and aesthetic pleasing. You know, the strapline confident and proud comes from the feedback of the ladies that we were doing the consultation and the feedback from. They wanted to feel confident and proud wearing a hijab, that they felt safe and they felt that they didn't stand out.
So you're telling me now the police department in the UK, wherever this one is located, is run by females now? You have to cater to their feelings to make them feel good about themselves so they can be confident to do their job? Evil is so strong, it's ridiculous to see. It's so funny, man. Right? You have to cater to their feelings so they can be safe. So they can. I don't even know why they wear a job. It just doesn't make sense, bro. Right?
Last 3 years, Leicestershire Police has been working with students and graduates from De Montfort University in Leicester to develop the blue light hijab. Well, Leicestershire Police is leading the
So it's a money thing. It's a money thing.
way in this project, but other agencies have also expressed an interest in the blue.
It's interesting because I saw a clip. Not too long ago of the Somalian in Minnesota, right, where they use their grocery store to subsidize. They use these daycare and restaurant to subsidize the grocery store. So is this another common tactic? They're using the police department to fund a business that is like Muslim hijab. I don't know.
Blue light hijabs, including Border Force, the London Search and Rescue, doctors, vets, and paramedics. PC Naz still has 6 months of training before she starts life on patrol next year. She says she hopes to inspire other young Muslim women into the police force. Emily Williamson, BBC East Midlands Today, Leicester.
Bro, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's so dumb, bro. The world has gone crazy. The world has gone crazy. The world has gone crazy. Yo, I saw this clip. It's an advertisement, right? And it's kind of a weird advertising campaign, right? It's weird. It's so weird. Let's see if we can understand it here. Let's see if we can understand it. So this is a Dodgers star, right? He got booed out of Toronto's Sick Kids Hospital. I'm gonna show you how evil the world is, bro. I'm gonna show you how evil the world is. Watch this.
I love that one's a
Hey kids. It's me, Freddie Freeman.
What a loser.
Trust me, man. We know who you are.
You've really got some nerve coming here.
I just wanted to visit because I'm just so happy and so proud of
Get
how you guys
outta
are.
here.
Whoa, who threw that?
Go back to your sunshine and traffic, you hoser. You ruined everything.
By the way, I love what you guys are doing here.
Let's go, Blue Jays. Let's go, Blue Jays.
What a clown.
Let's go, Blue Jays.
Do you even lift, bro?
Let's go, Blue Jays.
Bro, I have no idea what just happened there. But let's break it down just a little bit because guess what? these adults are setting these kids up to fail. They're setting the kids up to fail. They have these kids judging. They have these kids out here judging. Because remember, Toronto Blue Jays played against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers won, right? So how dare you? How dare you beat Toronto Blue Jays? How dare you, after you beat them, you come to a Canadian Toronto sick kids hospital? How dare you? We wanted the Blue Jays to win. How dare you beat them and have us lost? Now our feelings are upset, right? Nothing but a society that is being run off feelings. Didn't Christ said, this feeling that is of the human nature that humans, they don't understand. And it's not their fault that they don't understand it, right? But this feeling that they don't understand, that feeling is of the devil. It's driving you. That's why I said anyone that is born of the woman must be born of the Spirit, right? And let the Spirit guide them. Because now, these kids, those kids were being ruled by their emotions that is imposed onto them by their mothers when they're young, because feelings run society. Feelings run society. And that's what society is being run off of. Oh, listen, what are you doing here? We don't like you. They judge this guy because he's on the opposite side, not realizing for the Blue Jays to be second, that's actually something good. You're playing to win a game. There's gonna be a loser. There's gonna be someone that's gonna lose, and that's just how the game run. You can't blame the players for the game. That's just how the game is. But guess what? The pride. And people will, I'm pretty sure they turn against the Blue Jays at some point, because the Blue Jays, they were doing so well. They're doing so well, right? But all of a sudden they start losing, and the people start turning against them because they're not making them feel good. So it's all about how you make them feel. And that's how they judge you. And that's how relationship starts. Right? You make them feel good, they judge you, think you're a good person, and really there's nothing good about you. There's really nothing good about you, but because you make them feel good, and once you stop making them feel good, or they stop making you feel good, you turn on them. That's the world we live in. All driven by emotions, which is of anger, which is of evil, which is of the devil. There's nothing good about human being. Not one thing is good about human being. Nothing. Nothing, I tell you. Right? Oh, man, this ties in so well. This ties in so well. I have a clip of Erica Kirk, man. This is kind of funny to me, right? You know, Charlie Kirk has died. Rest in peace to him, right? We wish him well. But his wife is out here crazy. She's crazy, bro. I've never seen a psycho. Well, I've seen a couple psycho, but this one takes the icing off the cake, or this one takes the pudding. Whatever you want to call it, this bitch is crazy. I don't know how Charlie Kirk was, how he married this woman, but this bitch is crazy, right? She's crazy. And here we go. Let's check this clip out.
Erica, one of the most alarming things about Charlie's murder was the way that some people in this country reacted to it.
Yeah.
And not just online. This was an idea that you encountered a lot. And the idea was this. They kind of justified it. They basically said that because Charlie said or believed things that they believed were controversial or even hateful, that he somehow had it coming. What do you say to people who justified his death?
You're sick. He's a human being. You think he deserved that? Tell that to my 3-year-old daughter.
This is fake. She's crying, bro. There's nothing real about this. This is just a showcase personality. She's putting on a performance.
Excuse me. You want to watch in high res the video of my husband being murdered and laugh and say he deserves it? There's something very sick in your soul, and I pray that God saves you. I pray, because that is what is so wrong. The internet in this world has dehumanized us.
Erica,
the internet has nothing to do with that. The internet can say what they want, do whatever they want. But what they say, if that affects you and controls you, there's something wrong with you, right? There's something wrong with you. And don't get me wrong, people are sick. Yes, people are sick. But isn't that everyone? Isn't that everyone, right? Except for those who are working on themselves, right? They're able to see just a little, just to see the light, just a little, you know? And they keep chasing after that light, because that light show you the truth, and the truth shall set you free, right? But she just have a showcase personality, this female. There's nothing good about her. Oh yeah, we got a clip of Jason Derulo here. Jason Derulo. Apparently, he was charged for sexual assault or some stuff like that. Let's check it out.
There's a lawsuit not too long ago by an artist that was like hired to your label that was dismissed
twice.
What did you learn going through that?
Never work with women.
Oh, come on.
There's truth in every joke, but it's a sad truth. Like, I will never be alone in a room with a woman that I work with, like ever again.
What?
It's too risky. That case was dismissed twice in 2 different states, and there's hardly no mention of it online. When that case was brought up, it was on every single blog, every single front page. And I lost so many brand deals.
Interesting. He said it was on every blog page, because guess what? Patriarchy, man over abuse woman. Man used the woman because he's elevated, so he's gonna use her in every way that he can to manipulate her with his money, not realizing it's actually the opposite way around. He's getting manipulated and controlled and to be used. But guess what? They're gonna sell you this persona, and after he won the case or the case drops, I bet no one talked about it, because that doesn't sells. So that doesn't sell, but guess what sells? A man uses wealth and power to control a woman and get her to do what he wants. An abuser and uses money to manipulate her. That sells, because there's emotional ties in that. Every woman in their imagination now want to relate to that, because that's their biggest fear of the imagination, evil telling them. So of course they're going to be outrage and fear in that, because that's what sells, right? That's what sells.
relationships off of a story that was not even slightly believable. She said I sacrificed a goat in a sexual ritual. All people read was the headline, right? And that's all it takes to lose everything. That's a crazy concept. I lost millions of dollars off of an arbitrary story that some woman told. Like a crazy, crazy story that some woman told. So, with that being said, how can I be comfortable being in a room with a woman that I work with and not feel like she can just say whatever she wants? It's like it's not worth it to me.
There's a lawsuit.
Interesting. Told you women are evil, man. You're so diabolical, it's ridiculous. It's crazy, bro. Especially when you don't accumulate to their feelings. Oh Lord, have mercy on you, because she's gonna try to destroy you. She's gonna try to destroy you. Guess what? You hurt her feelings. You didn't try to cater to her feelings. And feelings run the world, right? Is this gonna play? Oh, is it a YouTube video? No, it's a Facebook video. That's why. I don't have Facebook open on my computer, but I think it's somewhere else. Somewhere. This is a different one, but let's check this one out.
When a woman speaks out against...
Bro, this bitch said the dumbest shit. I don't even know what to say about it, bro. But let's watch it.
When a woman speaks out against the societal norms of a woman being domesticated or being a wife or being a mama, then she sounds ungrateful for having this wonderful husband who's providing and taking care of her, because that is most women's dream. Right? But there are other women like myself, right?
Like myself. Okay.
Right? And probably her too, from what she said, that their dreams are not limited to a position of a wife or a mother.
And what are dreams? Who gave you these dreams? Right?
And to just being this person's wife. And where I do understand her is that I told God early on in my years, I said, God,
what?
I would love to marry a man of affluence and a man who does well. But
power and wealth. She wants a man that have influence, power, and wealth, not a man of God, right? Because a man that is influential is not necessarily a man of God, right? Which is interesting.
I don't want to be known as, let's just say...
So she's not looking for a man to be an example. She just wants someone to be there in her life so she can feel good about herself.
Cannon's wife. I want to be known as like this.
So he can take her on dates, travel, and pay her lifestyle, and be the person that escapes her from her hell that is inside of her. But sadly, that will never happen, because no one can help you with your hell that is inside of you. If anything, this man is in for a rude awakening.
So Shannon Sharp, and you know,
And this is Dr.
Bryant hyphenated Sharp.
Oh, you gonna keep your last? Oh, so you will hyphenate the last? Okay.
You know, I mean, I've already built this thing.
Okay. I was just checking.
And this is his wife, and people go,
"What?
I may need you to drive me to the bar."
I'm streaming.
"Oh, I know
So
exactly
when?
who you are. You're the one that producer. You're the doctor next to you." Or if I introduce myself, "Oh, that's Shannon. He's the Hall of Famer. Like you did your thing. We love your show."
Right.
Power couple.
Okay.
Right. And so
Wait, what is this bitch talking about, bro? What?
I see her saying
You got
that
any more food? What
she
you buy?
when a woman speaks
Can't
out
talk now.
against the
What is it? What is this chick talk? I don't even know what this chick is talking about, bro.
societal norms of a woman being domesticated or being a wife or being a mama, then she's
Wait, a woman being domesticated? Bro, hold on. I told you, these women, they hate men. They hate men, bro. They hate males. Not even man, because a man is a man of God, but males, you know, they hate males. Did she had a great father in her life? I just don't get it, bro.
When a woman speaks out against the societal norms of a woman being domesticated or being a wife or being a mama,
of a woman being domesticated, just a woman of God, proclaim a woman of God, whatever, right? Needs to know her role. Cry, you have God, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. Isn't that the order? Didn't God give? She said, believe in God. I mean, she can believe in God all she wants, which makes sense, right? You believe in God, which means you don't know God, right? Do you believe in your mother and father, or do you know your mother and father? Just doesn't make sense, right? Do you believe? This is ridiculous. So I understand what she's saying when she says she believes in God. It makes sense to me, because anyone that knows God will know to work on, because women are the weaker vessel, and we have been told this so many times, but yet we give them a mic, we give them things to talk about, which they when they talk, they make no sense. They should just shut up, right? She's out here talking about wife being domesticated. You don't want to be a wife, so why should a man marry you if you don't want to be a wife? If you don't want to take care of his kids, if you want to go do things in your life that is not for God or not for the family, right? Because having kids and taking care of them and making sure you're raising these kids, well, women can't raise kids, but they should nurture them, right? Raising kids, it's a male thing. Male needs to raise these kids, because look at society. It's the women that are raising these kids, and look how messed up they are, bro. Look how messed up they are. They're on drugs, they're committing crime, they're killing, they're out here looking for sex, they're out here looking for love. And the mamas are raising these kids, bro. The mothers. So tell me, if mothers are so great at raising kids, why are they so messed up? Why are they so messed up? But take a look at this. Take a look at this, right? Aisha Kerr, for example, because that's what we're talking about here. She has a great family, a great husband that is paying for her lifestyle, right? Doesn't have to work a day in her life. Isn't that the dream of every woman? Yeah, that's the dream of every woman, right? But the male is not a dream man that she wants, right? And I can understand why. I could understand why, right? Because males are just as emotional as females. They can't lead these women properly. They can't lead these women properly because they're just as fragile and emotional just like a woman, right? So I can understand that part. But for you to sit here and say women don't want, they have something bigger than raising a family and taking care of the kids, what is most important than realizing that you're bringing this child in the world that is given to you by God for you to raise to be the will of God, right? What is more important than that? No, I need to be popular. I need to go do something. I need to be praised, because the kids that you have, they're not praising you. They love their father because their father is this popular person and the father is taking care of them, which money wise and vacation and stuff like that kind of wise, right? That way, right? The kids are not making you feel how you want to be felt. So guess what? You're gonna turn the kids against their father, which every female does. Every female on this side of heaven turned their kids against the father, because it's all about her. It's all about her and how she wants to be felt, right? So you're gonna do that, right? But you want a job so people can make you feel good about yourself. And meanwhile, you're gonna say you love your kids, but you don't love your kids. Because if you love your kids, you would be there for them. You'd rather a nanny or a daycare raise them or send them to school. But you want to go to a job so you can be validated and feel good about yourself? That's it. And when you go home and the cameras are turned off and no one is praising you, you cry at night. You literally cry at night. It might not be literal tears, but you're crying at night. You're literally there suffering. because you're trying to escape yourself. You're trying to escape the evil, and that's why Steph Curry is your husband, because he pays for all these vacations so you can escape. He pays for all of this lifestyle so you can feel good about yourself. But that's not enough now. It was enough at some point, but the thrill is over. Now you don't feel sufficient. You don't feel enough. So you want to live up to something to make yourself feel good. And when you get there, still something is still gonna be missing. Because Steph Curry can't lead you. He can't lead you. And it's not his job to lead you. He can be an example, right? But he's not responsible for you to fix yourself. You are responsible to fix yourself. And you're looking to him to fix you because those feelings that he gave you, you want it back, right? You want it back, and it has died out, right? Now you guys are both behind closed door. I might be wrong, but behind closed door, they're fighting for control, man. They're fighting for control, right? Because that happened in every relationship when the feelings start going away, right? That was a long rant.
Then she sounds ungrateful for having this wonderful husband.
Yes, she's ungrateful. She's an ungrateful bitch.
Who's providing and taking care of her, because that is most women's dream. Right? But there are other women like myself, right?
Like myself, right? That's crazy. This bitch is crazy.
We heard too from what she said that their dreams are not limited to a position of a wife or a mother, and to just being this person's wife. And where I do understand her is that I told God early on in my years, I said, God, I would love to marry a man of affluence and a man who does well.
Why? Please tell us why you want to marry a man of influence or a man of power, a man of wealth. God has nothing to do with your relationship. You're praying to the devil. But let's hear what she has to say.
But I don't want to be known as, let's just say, Shannon's wife.
And why not? I tell you, a woman hates men. Not even men. They hate males. They hate males. They want to be the one in power. That's not their given role. But they want it. They hate man they hate man for being the first one created in the image of God, because women are created in the image of man. But the males are created in the image of God. They came directly from God, and the female came from the rib of a man. Right? But they hate that. They hate it. And a woman like her that hate males, she has nothing to do with God. Nothing, because a woman that hates males and wants to take their position that was given to them by God doesn't know God. Because how can you hate the male that is made in the Father, but yet you know the Father and you don't know the man that is made from the Father? That doesn't make sense, right? And if you have hate in your heart, you will never get to know God. You will never know God. You will have an idea in your mind about God, but that's just evil. That's evil telling you what to live up to. And you will never live up to it, because you try to live up to it, you're going to fail and you're going to judge yourself. Because you're trying to live up to something. Why not just let it be and live, right?
I want to be known as, like, this is Shannon Sharp, and this is Bryant hyphenated Sharp.
What? Brian? She doesn't even want to lose her last name, bro. What? Any man marry this chick, bro? I feel sorry for that guy.
Oh, you gonna keep your last? Oh, so you will hyphenate the last?
Okay. I've already built this thing.
Okay.
That's crazy. And this is his wife, and people go, "Oh, I know exactly who you are. You're the one that produced, or you're the doctor next to you." Or if I introduce myself, "Oh, that's Shannon. He's a Hall of Famer. Like you did your thing. We love your show."
Right.
Power couple.
Okay.
Right. And so I see her saying that she wanted to have what he had the luxury of having.
Tell you a woman hates males. They hate males, bro. This is kind of crazy.
He has a wonderful career, and he has a wonderful family.
And she wants it. She wants it. Because she thinks all this attention that Steph Curry's getting it's making him happy. And she wants that. Not knowing that she's fighting for something that will never make her happy. She's fighting to get something that she thinks, and this is a thought, it's a setup, right? She's fighting for something that she thinks that the thought told her that will make her happy. She's fighting to get it, not real, because that's not her God-given role, right?
Has a wonderful family. How come she gets deemed for saying,
"Because bitch, we ain't equal"? Like what? This bitch is dumb, bro. This is who you guys listen to? That's crazy.
Love being a mama and a wife, because she's obviously doing a damn good job.
Yes.
Huh? What good job, bro? She's at Drake concert dressing like a slut.
Yes. Kids are great.
But how come I can't also want?
Why can't I have both? He has both. Why can't I? Why I got to be
And
relegated
he has
to?
both because she sat at home and allowed him
Right.
to build one.
Right.
She allowed him to build one? Bro, these guys are so soft. I would dump that bitch in a heartbeat, bro. That's crazy.
And she built the other that she is allowing him to also take credit for.
Right.
Allowing him? Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Yo. That's crazy. She's allowing him. I sat at home and I allow you to go there and make money. Bitch, no. When you were when Adam and Eve was driven out by the Garden of Eden, God said you will go till the ground until you go back to it. So you're gonna go work until you go back to it, and the woman will be at home to take care of the family. You know, nurture the kids, right? Women can't raise kids, bro. Have you ever noticed that as a boy and as a girl, you never really listen to your mother when you're at home alone with them? You don't listen to them. But when daddy comes home, you're perfect. Because kids know the authority is in the male. They know the authority is in their father. They know this. But the mother wants that, and she's jealous of it, of the father. She thinks getting all of this notoriety will put her in the eyes of the kids. And because most parents, they don't have the audience to build off their husband, they get resentful and hateful, and they try to impose on the kids to get the kids to do it their way by getting angry and mad at them, and then they'll turn the father against the kids because the father is so weak, and they'll turn the kids against the father because the kids can't help it, right? The father is not there to protect the kids from the mother because they're pandering to the mother because the mother have what they want, sex, because sex controls them. So they have to pander to the female to get what they want. This is ridiculous.
Because we know he been on the road. Not that he ain't been a great father, because I love Steph Curry. But what she's saying is,
bitch has no love, bro. They throw that word around like nothing. Bitch has no love, bro. Where does she get love from to give?
I should be able to, now that my kids they're of age, them kids look kind of grown to me.
Right.
Go create what I want.
How old are these kids, bro? How old are these kids? Wait, what? Why is it not coming up? Okay, I don't know why. Let me use ChatGPT real quick. How old are Steph? Wait, why is the mic not working? Oh, it was thinking that long? Is the internet that slow right now? That makes no sense. It's literally just popping up. That's crazy. Okay, I don't know how old his kids are, but let's just finish.
And she did try. She started doing magazines in the past and
cookware.
covers.
I think she got cookware.
Stuff.
Yeah.
She tried.
Right.
And so.
Bitch ain't nothing without Steph Curry. Shut up.
So I think there's nothing wrong with her saying, "Look, I have aspirations too."
This is the thing, bro. When you're famous, don't date these, bro. Don't date a famous chick. Don't date a chick that just wants you. And women, pretty much all of them, just want you for what you can do for them. Just stop seeking after these women, bro, because they're, in the end, they're just gonna use you to come up, and that's all they want, bro. It's ridiculous.
And I'm not going to take away from what I've already been excelling at, but I'm also excellent at other things. When a woman speaks out against the society,
this bitch is crazy, bro. She's any man that ends up with her, God help his soul, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. She talks about Brian McKnight too. I want to pull this video up, man. But the internet is so weird. The internet is moving so weird, man. It's moving really weird. I'm gonna save that story for last, because there's a story that is really, really interesting story. The internet is wilding. Okay, here we go. What's her name? Cheyenne? What was that other guy's name? I don't remember his name. I remember his name. Dr. Cheyenne. Talks about Brian McKnight. Club Shay Shay? What's that guy's name that does Club Shay Shay, bro? I have no idea what his name is. Hold on, let me see if I can find the guy's name, bro.
when a woman speaks.
Oh, Club Shay Shay. I just put that in there. Oh, here it is. Found it. But the internet's slow, man.
That father loves that child at the level that he loves. That father loves that child at the level that.
I don't know what's wrong with the internet. It's moving so weird.
He loves the mother of that child. And you can see the difference in those relationships. And if y'all don't believe me, that father loves that child at the level that he loves the mother of that child. And you can see the difference in those relationships. And if y'all don't believe me, you take some inventory. A lot of times when that father really loves that mother, that child gets a different type of relationship and love from that father. It's just been proven, and it's unfortunate But you just said it here with B. McKnight, that, you know, I wasn't in love with the mom, and so he automatically feels some type of detachment from that child, and it's showing. And it's unfortunate that father loves that child at the level that he loves the mother of that child. And you can see the difference in those relationships. And if y'all don't believe me, you take some inventory. A lot of times when that father really loves that mother, that child gets a different type of relationship and love from that father. It's just been proven, and it's unfortunate, but you just said it here with B. McKnight, that, you know, I wasn't in love with the mom, and so he automatically feels some type of detachment from that child, and it's showing. And it's unfortunate that father loves that child.
Bro, what she just said is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, bro. Is this woman really a doctor, bro? I guess she went to school, so school taught her how to do things. But that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's so dumb, it's ridiculous. It's so dumb, bro. It's so dumb that I don't even want to understand it because of how dumb it is. Right? She's telling you, listen, if you love the mother, the child will have that love. Right? Like, what? That's not how that works, yo. And even if you love the mother, the children will not grow up to love you because the mother envy you. They are off the world, so it does make sense why a lot of people watch them and think what they're saying is true. But it's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's so dumb, it's ridiculous. Okay, we're not gonna do 2 hours on this stream. Let's finish it up. I got one last video that I want to put up. All right, I have one last video, and we're gonna skip some part because I don't want to watch all of it. But this is MTR. Shout out to him. I mean, good for him. He's doing his thing, but I don't agree with his takes on point when it comes to relationship, but here we go.
News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia Henderson outside her popular TikTok page.
Their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch indecently exposed to me.
She recorded, and she specifically stated she recorded because she had already done things the right way.
I don't know why the internet is acting up. Makes no sense.
So her next best idea was to
put on the internet for everyone to see. Interesting. I don't know what's wrong with the internet. Listen, maybe we're gonna end the stream here because I don't know why the internet is bugging, but it won't load the videos.
This on the internet for public opinion. All I'm saying is, I ride for my girl.
At the end of the day, I will always support the victim. And at the end of the day, DoorDash girl is the victim.
There was just something amazing about the smell of sweet F around and find out in the morning, all right? You guys remember the DoorDash girl from none too long ago, the girl who filmed a passed out, drunk, half-naked man without his permission.
At least give me some spec here. What the...
Posted it online, cried victim. Well, this pathetic loser just showed up in court and just requested from the judge, hey, can we not allow cameras in the courtroom? And the judge replied, oh, so now you don't want cameras involved, huh?
Gotcha, bitch. We may just finish the stream here because even my loading screen is not loading in properly. It's not even functioning properly. I don't know what's wrong with the internet.
Shout out to that judge. I already know he appreciates.
And yeah, I'll cover that probably tomorrow or something. All right, man. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.